passionate about scouting's positive impact on youth and adults
Mhm.
and how the family-ness, if I can create that as a term,
Yeah.
allows all people. Scouting isn't just for young people. I know that's what you read in our brochures and you're going to see on our website, but even as a staff person, I was in Girl Scouts actually as a youth, and it was a great experience. I wasn't in it long, but scouting's impact as an adult on me and with the adults that I worked with through my 20 plus year career working for this organization, I was exposed to adults that were working with kids, not me being exposed directly to kids. Okay. But I watched one of my scouting volunteers who was petrified, absolutely petrified to do any public speaking ever. If she ever listens to this bit, she'll know who I'm referring to. Every time we would put her up in front of a group of people, she literally would break out in hives
Mhm.
all over her neck, and they would climb up her face and cover her ear. And yet she had a goal of becoming a day camp director. And I'm thinking, how in the world are you going to command the presence of 300 to 400 people every day at opening flags for 5 days every summer? She wanted to do it forever. And she said, I'm just going to work through this because I've got a fire in my belly to do this. She ended up being our day camp director at that camp for 7 years, which this is unheard of. I mean, most people don't stay in any role, whether it's a career or a volunteer position, for 7 years. And I tell you, she was one of the best day camp directors that Crossroads of America Council has ever seen. And so, even her sense of belonging and being challenged as an individual and and overcoming a fear
Mhm.
of hers, as she actually told me, helped her in her career too. And so I just think about the mental struggles, the anxiety struggles that so many of our kiddos and quite frankly adults have,
Mhm.
and how scouting's sense of belonging and giving people a shot
Yeah.
is the type of underlying positive impact that I think a lot of people, the general public, just don't truly understand how scouting is so great
Mhm.
for individuals, family units, and the community.
Yeah. I mean, I could not have scripted a better intro. And so, as Leslie has shared this incredible story of transformation and the way that scouting is building this sense of belonging and community, we are jumping back into it with this digging deeper episode with Leslie, Dina, and Amber as we talk about scouting and the way that it is fostering this sense of belonging. And I think when I think of belonging, I think of the way that it builds confidence. And so, even talking about this day camp counselor, it's feeling that sense of belonging and feeling that safety. I know there's like that pyramid, a hierarchy of safety and how you can achieve more when you feel that around you. And I think that that is so crucial to the people on staff, on board that you are alongside in the camp with. And Amber touched on it in our first interview that we did. And we're going to dig deeper, dive further, and just get into that. And Leslie, I know that you were sharing how this has been your career for 22 years and the way that you've gotten to grow in it. And you are one of my favorite people to listen to speak. You articulate your thoughts so well. And you talked about your dad also having grown up with the values from scouting and how it's shaped you and how that was instilled through the way that he was part of the family. And I think following our previous interview, we talked about how when there are people in the community who have gone through scouting, who have gotten to see and hone their skills of connecting and being an ethical community member, that it builds the people around them. And I'm excited to dive into this topic a little further. Amber, I want you to answer this. I know you answered it a little bit, but Dina, I'd love to hear from you as well, especially from the many places of leadership that you serve, not only in scouting, but I've seen your LinkedIn. I know that there are many rooms, many tables that you are heading up, and I'd love to hear the impact that stems from this sense of belonging that you have felt since being involved.